So what can you do when you're just stuck on that negative thought pattern, the thoughts that the narcissist has left you with, and you just cannot stop ruminating about them? Ruminating is continually going over a thought or a problem like a loop within your mind. And it's often a negative thought. So you're left there thinking, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Being anxious, overanalyzing past situations, what they meant, what they could have said, what you could have done differently, what you could have said differently. Overanalyzing future events that haven't taken place yet. Obsessive thought patterns seem very, very challenging to break free from at the time, making it difficult to concentrate on other things. And often that challenge, the very thought that it's challenging to break free from, is also what helps us to stay stuck on those thoughts. Overthinking or obsessing over the negatives within life, like when you listen to a piece of music and it loops around and around within your mind all day, those same lyrics repeat, appearing when you least want or least expect them. Going over the same problems without reaching an outcome within a narcissistic relationship, as issues rarely get solved and drama seems to appear whenever a narcissist is near. Even when the relationship is over, we can find ourselves ruminating. Our mind has been programmed to continually look for the negatives, to overanalyze anything because we don't get the closure on anything with a narcissistic person. It's easier to let go when it makes sense. It's easier to think about other things when something has been solved. During a relationship with a narcissist, we are gaslighted into things not making sense. We are gaslighted into questioning our own reality, questioning our own sanity. We are gaslighted into believing what we heard we did not hear, or what we didn't hear we actually heard. What we saw we did not see, or what we did see we didn't see. And it's very confusing, and it's most normal to then start overthinking things because the reality you lived, you're getting told you didn't. It's easier to let go when things make sense. Narcissists gaslight you into fear. They isolate you from support and not getting validation, leaving us with thoughts such as, if I could just tell them it like this, how could I approach it better? If I could just explain myself better. What if it is me? Perhaps it is me. Maybe it is me. Well, they're not that bad. They don't do it all the time. Am I overreacting? Am I too emotional? Am I too sensitive? What did I do? If only I had. It wasn't that bad. If only I hadn't. They've had a rough day. I should have dropped it. Perhaps I should give them more attention. It's my anxiety. It's me. It's my diagnosis. It's my fault. Due to the narcissist devaluation and invalidation of our thoughts, feelings and opinions, we can quickly become distracted, often having sleep deprivation too, with the release of the cortisol due to the stress we live when around narcissistic people. We become all too anxious, feeling worthless and inadequate. Often the ruminating about the negative situation becomes more frequent, becoming more anxious, more unsettled, more restless, struggling to sleep, becoming more depressed and finding it harder to switch off, making it easier for the narcissist to then coercively control us, which makes our overthinking, our ruminating worse. With everything that's happening, we find it easier to fawn to the narcissist behaviour in order to protect ourselves, as we are most often drained and seeing the day-to-day life, day-to-day normal activities extremely challenging, and life can be challenging enough without ruminating. Narcissists set the environment. They'll happily create drama and then they'll stand back and watch everyone else trying to fix it. They'll help through their gaslighting words and devaluation of who we are. They'll withhold attention, affection and support. They'll neglect. So we question ourselves. They'll tell us that we're being too sensitive, overreacting, overthinking. If we go to them with a problem, they'll tell you to deal with it, that it's not their fault, that it's not their problem. Yet however you deal with it, by the narcissist standards, is often wrong. When we approach a narcissist to sort out financial issues or household issues, we can receive their passive-aggressive behaviour, such as the silent treatments or the sulks. If we push to reach an outcome, we might get their rage, leaving us with no clue as to what to do for the best, often living in fear of leaving and in fear of staying, overthinking on what's best to do and how best to do it, doing nothing through fear. Once out, the narcissist's never-ending games of Hoovers and smear campaigns can leave us thinking, why me? What next? What now? And this only leads us to more rumination of the past, of the pain, of the negatives, cycling the patterns of sleep deprivation, anxiety, anger, frustration, resentment, emotional mood swings, because the narcissist is pulling all those emotions from within us. Confusion, feeling drained, that with our continued thoughts of perhaps I'm the narcissist, perhaps they're not a narcissist, perhaps narcissism is used too much, perhaps it is me. What if it is me? What if they change for the next person? How did I miss the signs? How could I be so stupid? If only I'd set clearer boundaries. Did they ever love me? Do they know what they're doing? Do they know they hurt me? Thinking about the good times, thinking about the bad times. What could I have done better? To end the cycle of ruminating, first we have to get out of the negative situation we are in. Not easy, however it's possible. That choice, we make a choice and then we act on that choice, and that choice changes everything, and we just have to take it. And once we take it, we have to ride out the storm. We have to make it a must for our own health and sanity. Then take it one decision, one moment at a time, safely stepping away from the narcissist and their games. Sometimes our memories are connected to our emotions. When a memory triggers that emotion, it can pull us back into the pain of the past. Connecting a new positive meaning to the pain of the past can help. When faced with a situation with a narcissist, co-parenting or family event or work colleague, try to focus on how you want the event to go and move away from the worst that could happen. When your mind thinks of the worst, attempt to focus on the best. When you are living in the future of a situation that hasn't happened, you have control of how you want to perceive it, how you want to think about it, and you have control of getting yourself back into the present day. Never excuse or go back to a narcissist who got you ruminating in the first place. When it comes to a family occasion where you know a narcissist will be there, provoking, focus on the people you can chat to. Focus on the fun you can have with those people. If you have to speak with a narcissist, focus on practicing limited communication, recognizing, focus on learning how to recognize and observe their unbelievable yet now believable behavior. Focus on the fact that this is an opportunity for you to practice what you've learned when around narcissistic people. Distract yourself when there with whatever distraction works for you. When you are ruminating, also distract yourself with whatever distraction works for you. When you find yourself ruminating, pattern interrupt helps. And pattern interrupt is just like when you walk into that kitchen and forget what you went in there for. When you walk into that garage and forget what you went in for. Pattern interrupt is like when you walk into a supermarket and come out with 20 things you didn't want and leave the very thing you wanted behind. When you find yourself ruminating, you can consciously use pattern interrupt. Focus on your breathing. Start by breathing in and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And keep going until you feel the rumination pass. Find a memory, such as a picture to look at to make you smile, make you laugh, or bring yourself back into the present moment. Focus on what you're doing in the here and now. Focus on what you are doing in the here and now. Taking the sounds, taking the smells, taking the motions. If you are cooking, focus on the cooking. If you are running, focus on the steps you are taking. If you are watching a football game, focus on that football game. Bring yourself into the present moment. Or something in your future, something positive that you'd like to create for yourself. Where would you like to be next year at this time? Think about that. Think about getting there. Think about how you would feel once you are there. Taking a walk, fresh air, take photos, practice mindfulness, meditation, yoga, exercise, watch or listen to something uplifting or something that makes you laugh. Start goal setting, looking at the things you've achieved in the past to give you a boost that you are capable of that. Set small, easy, attainable goals at first to prove to yourself that you can, and then work towards the bigger goals, celebrating each one. When we set ourselves a goal that's too big and we fail, we begin to question and doubt ourselves all the more. When we set small goals and see that we are making progress, when we fail on a big goal, we can recognise that we can take a step back and go again, celebrating the things that we do achieve. And it can be simply smiling at the fact that you've managed to do something you would like to do for you. Or it can be just smiling the next time you pass a stranger, starting your own business, planning that house move, understanding your triggers to see if you can change the meaning to those triggers. You cannot change the past. You can change your understanding of the past. Go and do the things that the narcissist stopped you from doing. All the things you enjoyed that narcissist stopped you from doing. This can give you a boost of freedom. Call that friend, do that hobby, buy that item, walk how you want, talk how you want, dress how you want, live how you want. Set your own expectations for yourself. Don't try to live by others, only your own worth. Raising your standards of behaviour you will and will not accept from others, whilst lowering your expectations of those people who will never honestly care for you or those around you. Not to lower your expectations to allow them to disrespect you. Raise those standards and boundaries that the narcissist took down. Lower your expectations of their level of understanding so that they no longer get to you. Recognise their behaviour so they no longer drag you into their games. Recognise the emotions within yourself and handle your emotions the right way so that the narcissist can no longer use those emotions against you. I shall link into the description the video on pattern interrupt. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. If you are looking for further help and support and understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.